Alright then, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to Crypto Space. So in today's video we are going to cover Pepe, its recent price action, potential targets towards the upside, and on the top of that we are going to cover a couple of interesting Bitcoin charts as well as altcoin charts too. So guys, if you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing, and a quick disclaimer that this video is not financial advice. And now let's hop into Pepe itself. Pepe is currently trading at 0.57585 cents and is currently experiencing a leg up of 7.8% towards the upside on a daily. Market cap is currently sitting at 3.2 billion USD and 24-hour trading volume is currently sitting at 685.8 million USD. So the first things first, let's have a look at the overall crypto market, guys. So as of today, we are pretty much in the ocean of green, and that is good. And the biggest winners as of today is Bonk up 12.7%, Optimism 14.9%, and Pepe 7.7%. So that's great. And now guys, the first thing that I would like to look is probably the holders for Pepe before we are even going to look at the chart. So as of Sunday, 14th of April, we're sitting at 203,310 holders. And as of today, we are sitting at 210,592. So that is consistently growing. I do believe that this is kind of bullish sign. But before that, I would like to also look at the inflows, from a BTC, because of course we are going to looking at Bitcoin charts as well, and that is very important. Of course, Bitcoin is driving the whole market either towards the upside or downside. So let's have a look. As of 26th of April, we're sitting at 83.6 million of negative outflows for BTC. So now guys, that is not necessarily great. However, the ETFs from Hong Kong are going to start trading in 2 days, so obviously that liquidity is going to come in, and of course Grayscale dumping BTC is not going to last forever, in my opinion. And now guys, let's finally have a look at the chart for Pepe. So that is a 4-hourly time frame, and the first things first guys, it's great if you have accumulated Pepe in this area, because I was mentioning in the previous updates that it's quite risky to buy such huge pumps, because most likely we are going to see the pullback. And what we have seen around 60% of pullback for Pepe. So I'm pretty sure that if you have been accumulating in this area, you are very happy. So let's have a look at the recent price action for Pepe. So the first things first, we had this bullish divergence over here for Pepe. We have closed above that level of resistance which became our support at the moment, and now at the moment on a 4-hourly time frame we are pulling back, and we have retested that level of previous resistance as a support, and we are experiencing a bullish divergence for Pepe. Also, one thing to note is that if I'm going to switch it to the daily, is that we are pretty much far away from the recent pumps for Pepe, which at the time was in definitely overbought area, and most likely sooner or later Pepe is going to gear up for the next pump. Also, one thing to point out is that we had a bullish cross on MACD on a daily, so that's the thing. And now one thing to look at is the fact that Pepe is pretty much creating a bullish flag. I don't know if you can see it, but I clearly can. So if we are going to measure this move roughly, let's say from here, by the way, let me put the model over here. So this is how it can technically play out, right? So let's have a look. We can basically extend it to here, right? So this is going to be our first target, more bullish one, and of course they are not going to be 100% exact. However, this is the idea of what might happen for Pepe in coming days, let's say. So if I'm going to move that over here and let's say place here, Pepe could see the next major pump of roughly 8x, so that will be very bullish. But if we are going to shorten that flagpole, we could technically see the target of, let's say, around 300%. So guys, to me Pepe looks bullish, and sooner or later we could technically see Pepe hopping much higher on our charts. But anyways, let's cover a couple of charts for Bitcoin and altcoins to understand of where we are in this cycle. So first of all, shout out to trader Taringrade. And now Bitcoin base 3 has almost completed. The next step could be a pump moving up to 100k and consolidating at this level from base 4. After that, the last pump over 200k will be seen. So guys, we are going to look at the standpoint of that. That is basically what's happening, right? We had the pullback pullback in base 1, obviously, base 2, base 3, and now once we are going to finish that pullback on base 3, we could expect a next leg up, which I believe is going to be legendary for BTC. And if we are going to look at the standpoint of altcoins and BTC, this chart, by the way, is total market cap on a monthly chart. And now shout out to El Crypto Pro. So does this chart really look that bearish? To me, it looks like very much a vertical accumulation or reaccumulation before we see the final blow off top, which could take several months. So guys, basically that can take a while now, you know, that accumulation. In my opinion, meme coins and other little alts are probably going to be pumping, you know, while BTC is stagnating. And now shout out to Titan of Crypto. Bitcoin bull market corrections and considerations. Not saying these bull run corrections are a walk in the park, but in comparison to previous ones, it is way less bloody. Look at the -30, -40 corrections BTC had in 2016-2017. So guys, that's basically what was brewing out in previous bull cycle, right? And these corrections are not as huge because obviously we do have buying pressure in terms of inflows from ETFs. However, that should be treated as buying opportunity on our alts, Pepe, BTC, whatever you guys believe in. And now shout out to the Scalping Pro. Each time the price has flipped the 0.618 Fibonacci level, it has triggered a massive bull rally. So this guy pretty much has projections of BTC over 300k, and can that happen? In my opinion, yes it can. However, I'm not going to be waiting for the 300k because that might never happen this cycle. And more realistic target could be around 250,000, which is much more reasonable for me. So now guys, finally altcoins. So first of all, if we are going to follow the simple rising trend line for alts, we could see the top at around, let's say, 2.8 trillion USD for alts. However, if we are going to compare that choppy price action for alts that leads us back to previous cycle after the first major pump from that, you know, bear cycle accumulation, we can clearly see that this is pretty much the same thing. We had the bear cycle accumulation, the first pump, and then the choppy price action, aka pullback, and after that we are potentially going to enter the only up territory on alts. And now altcoin go parabolic after the Bitcoin halving. During the last cycle, the altcoin market cap surged by 21x after the Bitcoin halving. Currently, price is trading at 1 trillion. Even if it only increases by 3x from here, it would put the altcoin market cap over 4.5 trillion USD. So let's say if we are going to be conservative and follow that rising trend line, that will be 3x from where we are at right now, and I believe that these targets are quite reasonable. And now guys, this chart are altcoins that are excluding top 10 on the 3 daily chart. And by the way, shout out to Stock Money Lizards. So altcoins high level macro view, continued correction while expect May relieve a rally with alt season 2 in late Q3. Until then it's accumulation time. So guys, I'm not surprised that we could see a major pump on lower cap coins, you know. So I do believe that these next few months could be our last opportunity to pretty much scoop up, you know, lower cap alts, in which, you know, Pepe of course is included. Altcoins predicted the entire move of the last few months. Anyone who has followed me long enough knows that. By the way, shout out to Crypto Pro. We are not at the end here. This is just reaccumulation before it goes higher. By the way, I'm a big fan of descending bonding wedges. So let's have a look, guys, what is brewing. And by the way, this chart is total market cap excluding Bitcoin on a 5-day chart. So as we can see, guys, over here in the model, right, we've got descending bonding wedge, right? That is pretty much the same thing that altcoins are brewing at the moment. So we can expect, you know, a huge pump. It's difficult to say when exactly. However, if you do understand this chart, I do believe that this is pretty much, you know, no-brainer. And now guys, update on Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance is 3 days away to close its monthly candle below a trend line after being rejected at 56% level. And now a close like this is likely to start the alt season. So guys, we could be in the verge of something very, very important, you know, for alts. And on the top of that, USDT dominance broke through a trend line that has been intact for almost 6 years. MACD is showing very strong bearish momentum. When USDT goes down, altcoins go up. Biggest alt season since 2017 is loading. Anyways, that's it for today. I hope that you have enjoyed that quick Pepe, quick altcoins and quick BTC update, and I wish you having a great day or evening wherever you are in the world. Peace and love, crypto.